Okay, episode 120. No, 121? I'm not going to keep this up. Hi, welcome to Spell a Day, where we end up talking about a daily spell, 3 homebrew at max throughout the year, and every other day for that entire year is a spell from the PHB, and currently we are going through Enthrall. Second level enchantment, cast time for 1 action, range of 60 feet, components verbal somatic, duration 1 minute. You weave a distracting string of words, causing creatures of your choice that you can see within range and that can hear you to make a wisdom saving throw. Any creature that can't be charmed succeeds on the saving throw automatically, and if you or your companions are fighting a creature, it has advantage on the save. On a failed save, the target has disadvantage on wisdom perception checks made to perceive any creature other than you until the spell ends or until the target can no longer hear you. The spell ends if you are incapacitated or can no longer speak. I mean, this is the distraction in any heist movie, right? This is the femme fatale having to go and distract the guards. This is the one person disguised as a local guest asking questions to one of the guards on locations towards, oh, where's the rooms we're staying at? Or what's your assignment like? What's your name? Literally look up any film where someone needs to make a distraction towards a guard and it's done through talking and not just making a noise or some kind of explosion in the distance. It's usually one of those 3. And this is the first one. Done through magic though, which is nice. Though also, this is another not combat spell. I mean, let alone that you have the target has advantage on the save when you're in combat with them, but that's a lot of charm spells and enchantment spells. That does not explicitly state that this isn't a combat spell. What does is the fact that the only thing it really affects is wisdom perception checks against anyone that's not you. The whole idea is you are the distraction, or you're a distraction in a crowd towards one targeted individual. Sorry, I'm now rereading that text. It's not a targeted individual. It's to creatures in range. Plural. Of a 60-foot range. You could be talking to a whole crowd. You could walk up onto a stage. You're that one kid from the Game Awards on the Elden Ring speech. All eyes are on you. That is this spell. And the whole idea is for other people to sneak on by. Instead of giving them invisibility or giving them pass without a trace, you are acting as the sole distraction on that. And it's not concentration. It's just for a minute. It doesn't, and while technically, if you can't talk in some way, and the flavor of the text and the spell is that you are speaking consistently, technically don't mechanically need to consistently be talking. I think that's to also save you at the table. Also, it's 1 action. If you can find a way to subtly cast this, not literally just in the sense of subtle, I mean, if you can get it on Sorcerer, go ahead. But it's only really good as a distraction. It's not getting you to say something, because it also doesn't stop them from leaving. Yes, they're heavily enticed by you and the lowered perception checks and wisdom checks. Though, again, whole idea, you're the distraction, all eyes are on you, and you're keeping them there, but they can look away if something distracts them enough. This is for parties and people trying to sneak on by, pickpocket people. Pickpocketing ring with one spellcaster using this as like a charlatan or a roadside show stop. That's the way you could use it. Or stage performers picking this up. Any creatures of your choice within 60 feet. That's big. Also the fact, just a brief reminder, that passive skill checks, such as passive perception, which comes up the most, which others exist as well. If you have advantage, it's a +5 to that passive. If you have disadvantage, it's a -5 to that passive. So when targets or guards, for example, are under the effects of the spell, their passive perception is lowered by 5. And if they're actively making checks, it's at disadvantage, like it's saying. The only thing I have against this spell, I really like it. I really like it thematically wise. And the fact it's this low level, but still little higher than 1, because it's any creatures in 60-foot area, not concentration for a minute. Not concentration for a minute adds so much to it as well. The only issue I have is the role it's supposed to fill is really niche. And second is those examples we gave earlier, is invisibility and pass without trace and other stealth spells can be used instead of this. It's fun, it's flavorful, I'm really for it, but there are just other options. There are options that do take concentration, which now I'm saying out loud is a fair point. I don't know, I'm really... It's a very niche role, but for the qualities it does have, it's pretty good, but it's not combat use. 6 out of 10. It's pretty good, but I still don't see this being... Oh, I cannot talk. I still don't see this being an always pick. its use is too niche, and other spells and even just other abilities can be used as well. Like, you could have someone going up to distract a guard. Now, the fact is, this is not just a guard like I thought the spell was originally. I thought this was single target for the longest time. It's way better. That still is only 6 out of 10 because of its niche use, and then even in that niche use, there are other spells that can still achieve the same goal.